In this video, we're going to be going over the TradeStream journal, how I input my trades, how I manage them, how I can analyze the data from them, and how you can use this software as well to benefit from that. But not only this software, but all other softwares which are API connected or any sort of journal that you've got running at the moment. Okay, so the software is called TradeStream. It's in current beta. You can also check that out. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And this is where you're going to be landed to begin with. This is your initial journal section. And I'm going to be going through how you should tag your trades because I'm sure they'll put a video out on how to actually go over the software in much more detail. I'm going to be talking you through how to tag your trades in particular, and also how to review in the data. So let's get into that now. And before you even get about tagging your trade, so this is going to be when you put a trade in particular, this is how it's going to be running. So you're going to have a lot of the data here in terms of like the open, the close, the targets, etc., and so on and so forth. The main part we're going to be focusing now is the tag section. And if we actually head over to this segment here, we just click on this here, you're going to get, this is what I've got my own way. I've got a tags template which I've kept in Discord, and I always refer back to this. So the way that I do this directly is I have a separate Discord channel personally for my own self where I have my all logs. And basically what I'll do is in the beginning of the day, whenever I take a trade after, I'll put down and I'll fill in all these information on the trade, on that specific trade, within my Discord template or within the thread within the Discord. So for a specific day. So stop loss price, I'll put the price in there. I don't need this one anymore, but you've got your stop loss price, and I've made major adjustments to this since then, but this is just so you can get an idea as to how to create your own one, because you want that for areas of consistency, because as discretionary traders, the most of us are, collecting data can be difficult. So it's kind of a way of quantifying the data in terms of being able to review it later for much more specific results. So we're going to have a stop loss price, a stop type that I put into place. I then ask, so these are like mandatory. I then go, does the trade have a volume spike? Does it, yes or no? If it does, I put volume spike on my tags. If it's on liquidations, does it have liquidations? Yes or no? I'll put liquidations on my tags if it does. Does it have is it a bullish bearish candle type? If it's bullish or bearish, I'll put that in. I'll check that. Does the trade have a trap value area and the time frame for that? Does it have trap longs or shorts, and so on and so forth? I'll check through all of these boxes because, like I said before in one of my previous videos, I go through a consistent input process before I take any of my trades most of the time. Okay, so bear that in mind and create this sort of tags template for yourself to have some sort of consistency whilst tagging your trades. Obviously, once you've done that, you go back over to TradeStream. You've got a ton of data here to be kind of dealing with. Now with what I've been giving you before, what we just wrote down before, I then transfer that data from my Discord manually at the end of the day over to TradeStream on each individual trade. So we can put a stop price in place here. So basically what we'll do is go, okay, where was our stop? You input it there. Was the stop hit? Yes or no? Okay, it's simple as. If it was not hit, you just put the stop in price and press the plus button. The reason you want to press the plus button is so that it can calculate your actual risk to reward here. Okay, and then obviously if it was triggered, you hit the tick, and then it'll also calculate your actual R based upon that. And then you've got your tag section. So you've got your stop loss in place, and now you can put in your tag. So we can put into here, for example, hard stop, add. Okay, once it's added, you then want to put in like volume spike. And once you've added them, they'll automatically save, so you can categorize them in that sense. You've got volume spike, 50-minute, we'll just add some random ones here, 15 minutes SFP. Go through what I just went through before, 15-minute trap value area. I've added a few more, and then let's say, for example, your anticipation on this trade. Let's say, because sometimes for myself, I might anticipate a swing failure pattern happening before the candle's closed. I might go anticipation. So you can go add anticipation. And then you've got all these different tags here, and we're adding liquidations as well. We've got that there as well. Click on it. And now this is really it. Obviously, you've covered the stop section. We've covered the tag section that you need to input. You then also should be, you can add notes to this trade if you want. You can add a trading view link or Gazo link that will show within the trade. And you can add targets if you want. I don't really mess with this part because you still got your actual R based upon your overall exit anyway. So I just bear that in mind. Obviously, there will be targets, reports, and that coming soon. But this is really the main part of it. Obviously, the rest of the journal is just showing your trades and everything. But in terms of tagging your trades, you want to be having a consistent way of knowing what you're going to be tagging each individual time, not just randomly inputting tags is what I'm trying to be getting at. Let's now move on to how you can actually review this data and benefit from it going forward. So this is the tags report section now on TradeStream. And within this, you can essentially have all your different tags that you've inputted and a ton of different data points from them. Okay, so you can go from high to low in terms of trade count. You can literally vary in terms of what's your win rate on each one, what's the highest win rate on each one. And you've got all these different viewpoints of it. You've got add filters, etc., as you can see above. But the main aspect aspect of this, which I want you to be kind of getting a grips of, is just the analyzing of your data, because I don't just input these data points for fun. I at the end of the month, well, I just on like a quarterly basis almost, I go back and I review my trades in terms of their, the tags, the reports, and this type of information. Obviously, you've got your tag itself, the amount of times you've inputted that tag in different trades, your win rate on that tag, long versus short. So in this case, we've had 4 trades, 75% of them being longs, 25% being shorts, meaning 3 long, 1 short trade, average hold time for the trade, your average P&L, and your total P&L. Now, if we dig into this in a bit more detail, you can see quite a few more things here. So you can see the day of the week, okay? The day of the week in which the trade occurred. So basically the day of the week in which using this tag in particular. So in particular, this tag is being used on a Wednesday once, Thursday once, well, this is not the count, Saturday once, and also a Sunday once. So we've used it evenly throughout the spread of 4 days. But so as you can see the count here. But the P&L on this specific tag is, you can see here, the P&L is specifically Wednesday has seen actually quite better results than most of the other days. Again, this is not based on one period of data. You want to be doing this over 50 plus trades, okay? Once you're doing this over 50 plus, 100 plus trades, you're going to have much more in-depth analysis and results on your own trading and your own trading style. Once you've got that, this is going to be massively important in terms of like improving your edge as a trader. Because let's say, for example, you found out that over the course of 100 plus trades, using the 15-minute SFP 100 times or 110 times, whatever it is, and at the majority of the time, your count is showing you that the majority of the time you're using it on a Wednesday. Okay, but then you go over to your P&L and you see that, for example, on a Sunday, you're making the most amount of money. Just for example, this data doesn't show that. That can be really beneficial to be like, okay, well, maybe I should really stop focusing too much on trading this specific tag on a Wednesday and maybe implement it a bit more on a Sunday and take that into note going forward. And then again, review, do the data again, continuously add to it, and then see how the results change over a period of time, over the period of time of, the change in your strategy in that sense, or your edge. So bear that in mind. Obviously, you've got your win rate as well per day. What's your win rate into each day of the week? 100% on each day, 4 wins in this case. Time of day in which you're trading. This is based upon the open of the trade. So again, you can see here, at which time of the day is the most profitable for you to be trading in terms of count. How many times it's traded, 1 time there, 2 times there, another 1 time over there. So you can see here, it's traded 4 times, okay, within this period of time. And then obviously you can see from that point onwards, which basically time or session group should you be prioritizing based upon this data. You obviously then got the P&L per time of day, and then the win rate per time of day. This is all, and this is all not just in general statistics, which they'll be adding later on. This is based upon just this one specific tag. So you can get this type of data on each individual specific tag that you're trading. That's going to be a massive edge for you in your market, especially if you're trading, you're continuously adding and tagging your trades. It's extremely important to be looking at stuff like this. So yeah, I'd recommend this. And then obviously don't just do it once, twice, input this over a long period of time and then come back and review the data. And that's when you can then make adjustments based upon the results you've gathered after those, a longer period of time in terms of your trade count. So I'd really recommend doing that. Obviously, if you're like a scalp trader, then it doesn't mean you should be taking 10 trades and journaling it. Scalp traders might need hundreds, sometimes even thousands of trades to get like reliable results in terms of what you've been tracking and trading before you actually make any adjustments or see any viable results from your trading or conclusive results from your tagging of trades. You've obviously then got your hold time versus P&L. In this case, how long are you holding each individual trade, and then what's the relation to P&L, count, and win rate in that sense. And you can see all this data here, and this is just what I'm trying to get at here. This is more so how I'm tagging my trades, how I'm reviewing them all on my own accounts and going through them in much more detail. And I really highly recommend you do something like this, even if it's not with TradeStream. Even though I recommend them, they're free at the moment in terms of beta. They will be eventually paid. Really at the moment, they're, in my opinion, one of the leads. You've obviously got tons of other different journaling softwares, but the main idea is for you to be creating a tag system so that you can actually quantify the results you're going to be getting and make sure they're a bit more quantitative data points, rather than us as discretionary traders just creating random tags each individual times and making it harder for us to review and achieve the results we want through consistency of journaling. I think that's really important to note. I hope this all made sense to you in this sense. Again, there will be, you've got tons of other information through this specific journal, but I really wanted to just go over how I analyze and review the data in myself. TradeStream will have a separate video at some point going over the whole journal as a whole. But again, if you want to use it, it supports Binance, Bybit, the main exchange at the moment. They'll be adding more as we go along. But for the moment, this is what you want to be really checking out. Just a brief reminder to you, this is the website for the coaching/mentoring that I'll be doing on a continuous basis. There's literally tons of applicants. I need to go through them this weekend. So if you haven't got your application response in by the end of this week, be sure to do so. Again, just come towards the bottom here, hit apply. There's only 10 spaces. So I'm going to go through, pick the best applicants who I feel are right for the fit, hit apply here, and you can just fill out this very quick form if you are interested in that. If again, it's not for everyone, so do it at your own discretion if you want. But again, thank you everyone for watching the video.